Well, as promised, here is the video for the Tesla Model S, and wow, what a car. I'm glad that I purchased my Model 3 before ever driving this thing, because I would never settle for a Model 3 had I test driven a Model S. Of course, it's twice the price, and this is a used loaner, about 60 something thousand miles on it. And I love the fact that it's so used, because it gives you a really good indication of what it's like to own a car as luxurious as this one over a long, say, 4 or 5 year time frame. I actually don't know for certain what year this Model S is. Perhaps you can tell me in the comments. But there are so many things that this car has that the modern 2023 Model 3 does not have. At the same time, there are aspects of the Model 3 2023 that this Model S does not have. The doorknobs are different outside and inside. The charging port's a bit different. Of course, the space is much, much bigger. Still no spare tire. The longer I own a Tesla, I still can't wrap my mind around why Tesla doesn't just include a spare tire, especially for the price tag. So of course, this Tesla Model S is going to have the sunroof, and that in and of itself is a big game changer. Not to mention the analog aspect of this car, between the actual handles on either side of the steering wheel, the feel of the car, it drives completely different. I've been in my Model 3 for about a month and a half now, and I've gotten so used to it, it took some getting used to adapting to this analog system, like with the cruise control under the left side of this wheel. As I drive this car for just a few days, it's not passed on me the fact that I'm driving one of the most luxurious cars in the market and one of the fastest. We'll get to that in a bit. You'll notice even here with the glove box, the analog aspect of this, and of course, the vertical screen, makes this Model S much, much different from a modern 2023 Model S and the Model 3. It's funny how the center rear view mirror is still so small, but these side mirrors are much better, although I've noticed this car has horrible blind spots. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but the turning signals do not activate the camera, which you do kind of get dependent on the cameras for your blind spots. Now, this Tesla Model S is a little famous for the suspension system. The lower you go, the more it grips the wheel, especially when you are just gunning it. I'll show this a little bit later, but this Model S includes sensors all around the car, sensors that my Model 3 2023 do not include, and that makes it frustrating. I messed around a little bit with the screen, and it's much like the 2023 Model 3, although I did find a subwoofer that was not activated by whoever drove this car last. And to be honest with you, as I was filming this video, I actually forgot how to turn on autopilot. I tried just turning on the map to see if that would help me activate autopilot on top of cruise control. As it turns out, it was just simply pulling back on the cruise control lever twice. Like I said, they gave me this car in the exact condition that they had it, so it's super dirty on the outside. You can tell by the windshield. And I'll show you in just a minute how it's so dirty even on the inside. Again, we have no blind spot monitor, so we're using that side mirror in order to turn this longer, wider car. Once we figured out the autopilot, which I did use on the way home, just forgot how to get to this part of the car. It works amazing. This car does such a better job than the more modern Model 3 autopilot. Perhaps that has something to do with the sensors that this car has. Mine does not. But it even lets me go longer without touching the wheel than my car does. I also found this nifty little thing where you can press down twice and you'll go into neutral. I used to do this on my Camry all the time. Probably not great for the transmission, but of course this Tesla, like all Teslas, do not have a transmission. And that neutral seems to be like such a great way to avoid having that auto regenerative braking. Yes, I know it charges the battery, but it is so annoying to have your head tossed back and forth. Love this reverse camera. Love those sensors. And by the way, the reverse camera on this car, much like the Camry that I owned, are 1,000 times better than the 2023 Model 3. Lastly, we'll take one quick more look at this beautiful pearl white sitting in my driveway. Love the fog lights, love the car. It's just a great car to be proud of as you're walking up to it, approaching it. And yet, like I said, it's not necessarily the greatest in the sense that you're giving up some of the modern amenities. No cup holders on the doors, no center glove box. And over time, this is what an actual Tesla Model S will look like if you don't take care of the inside. Of course, this car is just a loaner. Ideally, an owner would take care of their car. So, I'm beyond grateful to have this be my loaner. So, I'm beyond grateful to have this car be my loaner vehicle. I didn't want to get a Model 3. I wanted to try something new, and thankfully, that worked out. Getting to drive this car has absolutely made my week. I have a trip planned to go see some friends, and I'm kind of proud and excited to give them a ride in this Model S, even though it's not mine. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.